Hello, and welcome back. In this video, we are going to review different types of threats that can be found on the internet, and discuss some important points that you and your child may want to explore further as they learn more about cybersecurity. As much connectedness and technological advances as the internet has brought us, it also brought us more risks as the number of attacks and the spread of cybercrime grows. Cyber threats are typically perpetuated by a community we call hackers, and can include things like malware, ransomware, and phishing. You may already be familiar with some of these terms, but I will go over each of them just in case you are not. Today, when the word hackers is said, it commonly stirs ideas of shadowy people wearing hoodies and quickly typing hunched over keyboards in dark rooms. Interestingly, the origins of the word hacker simply meant people that worked hard to solve problems with unique solutions. Today, though, hacker is generally used to refer to individuals or groups who attempt to gain unauthorized access to computer systems or networks. I do want to take a moment and pause to discuss this term a little more, though. In the cybersecurity community, the term hacker is a bit more nuanced than this. While there are absolutely hackers that commit crimes using their skills to gain access to computer networks, there's a whole section of the cybersecurity and hacker communities that use those same skills to evaluate the security of systems with permission and work to improve the security of networks around the world. These hackers use their skills legally and with permission to improve security, and they are referred to as white hat hackers or ethical hackers. That being said, not all hackers are ethical hackers, and hackers who choose to break the law can cause significant harm to individuals, businesses, and society as a whole. They might choose to steal personal information or financial information, disrupt critical infrastructure like power or water treatment facilities, or carry out cyber terrorism acts. They complete these illegal actions through social engineering, carefully interacting with people to convince them to do or tell the hacker information that should not be done or shared. Phishing attacks and exploiting vulnerabilities in systems. You may have previously heard of phishing before. Phishing is a technique which attackers use to gain access to either a network or your personal information. They do this by pretending to be a legitimate business or person, such as your bank or maybe a part of the information technology team at your place of employment. They may ask you to click on a link which allows them to run malware, or they might send you to a site that looks like your bank and asks for your banking username and password, or other personal information such as your social security number. In all cases, they are using this information to gain access to systems which they do not have authorized access. Having mentioned the word malware just a minute ago, I want to define that term in case you have not heard it before. Malware is software that is designed to damage or disrupt computer systems. You may have heard of specific types of malware and not even realized it. Viruses, worms, trojans, spyware, and ransomware are all types of malware. In the cybersecurity community, we typically use the term malware to describe all of these things with a singular term. Listing all of the different types of malware can get repetitive and confusing very quickly, as you might imagine. Malware is typically spread through emails with the malware as an attachment, such as a phishing email described previously, or it might be downloaded as a file from a website or even through social media. Malware can be used to steal data, crash systems, and more. Ransomware is a specific type of malware that has been talked about in the news a lot in the last several years. It encrypts a victim's files, making them unavailable until the ransom is paid. Like other malware, ransomware is spread through phishing, malicious websites, and infected software. Once your files are encrypted, the attacker or attackers will demand a payment in order to receive the key, which removes the encryption and makes the encrypted files accessible again. Ransomware attacks can have devastating consequences for both individuals and businesses. The attacks can have caused financial losses, disrupted the ability to conduct business, and even caused reputational damage to institutions. Individuals who refuse to pay the ransom have lost access to important personal files, like records and family photographs. To conclude, this is just an overview of common threats found in cyberspace and on the internet. It is not intended to be a comprehensive list, but an opportunity to initiate discussions with your child as they move through the activity book. Consider discussing how your child might be conscious of the things that they click on and download from social media websites and their email in order to avoid being a victim of an attack. We will discuss these concepts further in the last video. More resources on these threats are available on the Snackz website, and I hope you will take advantage of them to answer any questions you or your child might have. The activity book has pages on hackers, phishing, malware, and ransomware, with definitions to help get your child thinking about these concepts. There is also a activity page to spend some time thinking like an adversary. The last video in this series discusses good internet citizenship and will include a discussion about thinking before you click. That discussion is rooted in the desire to avoid the malware attacks discussed in this video and to keep your child safe. I look forward to continuing our discussion there.